because I am here to talk about Joker. For a little bit, we are going to have a little open Joker review. The first 5-10 minutes are going to be spoiler free. And then after the first 5-10 minutes, I'm going to have to get into spoilers. So if you have not seen it, I will let you know. I'll wave my hands. I'll do a big get the fuck out of here. And then you'll get the fuck out of here. And you come back into the stream or come back to the YouTube video after you've watched Joker, because I suggest you don't get yourself spoiled on this one. First, let's smoke a bowl or two and do it up. Unless you don't care about spoilers, then, you know, it's whatever. This is some new herbal I got. NLVO, it's called. It's a nice little box it came in, huh? Look at that box. It's a nice box, right? The name of this herb is called Weed Brother OG. This is batch 11,093, lot 4100. So 29% THC. I'm gonna get high as fuck as I talk about this goddamn Joker movie. So, while I'm loading this, we can talk about the bullshit and what I feel about the movie. Okay? So, let me just be blunt. If we're not even gonna beat around the bush. First off, I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. There was pretty much not very many moments where I wasn't engaged. Now, to most people, I can understand you not enjoying this movie. In fact, my buddy D-Cliff gave it a 5 out of 10. And to me, that's an F. But, you know, to him, I think he thought it was a little bit higher than an F. But to me, 5 out of 10 is an F. And I can totally see how somebody would give this movie a 5 out of 10. I can see how this movie is not for everyone. But, if you are a DC fan and you can appreciate how DC usually differs a bit in their character archetypes and situations they go through a lot of the times, then I think you can come to enjoy this movie for what it is, which is its own take on the depiction and the birth of Joker. I wouldn't even call this movie a depiction of Joker in total, because just for the simple fact that most of the movie, he's not Joker. You know, he's just a random guy going through problems in his life, like we all do. Joaquin Phoenix in this role absolutely takes over the entire screen every single time he's even near the goddamn camera. You just want to see more of Arthur Fleck. You want to see him talk. You want to hear him laugh. You want to see what he's discussing, what he's thinking about. You want to see all his little inflections in his body, the way he moves, when he dances, when he's talking to his mom, everything. You just always want Arthur on the screen. And that's pretty rare, in my opinion, for most superhero movies. Most superhero movies, you need that like cast of other characters to help diffuse your main character from being so boring. But Arthur was the opposite of boring. This man kept having situations happen to him that were either just fucking hilarious or they were like so sad you felt bad for him in a lot of ways. It's very shocking. And the other thing I wanted to talk about before we get into like the actual movie is the controversy behind this movie right now. I guess there's a lot of controversy behind this movie. People are talking about how this movie could incite violence and potential copycats for years to come. And to that I say, bro, if somebody makes up their mind about a movie and what that movie means to them, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. You censoring your movie does nothing but make your art form that you just created inferior to the art form that you were already going to have, because you're thinking about ways to subtract from it because you're worried about what other people are going to think. Fuck what other people think. The movie's fucking great. There's tons of violent movies that have came out, and there's still violent shit that happens in the world regardless. There was violent shit that happened before movies came out. There's going to be violent shit that happens after every fucking movie. To try to tie it and relate it to Joker is a bit much. That being said, I could totally understand how somebody could use this movie as not a manifesto, but like almost a guide to insanity, if you will. But here's the thing. No one's gonna root for you like Joker. You know what I mean? He's the Joker, bro. Of course he's gonna get rooted for. You know what I'm saying? No one's rooting for the asshole who kills people in real life. That never happens. Unless we're talking about like some war type shit. But that situation almost never happens. Nobody's like, yeah, you see the fucking great, man. I'm glad he killed those fucking 35 people. Like, that never happens. So it's not a realistic situation. So if anybody thinks that shit would happen in real life, they're fucking delusional. That's not how it would go down. That just isn't how it would go down. Now, if you killed a big political figure, maybe, like, let's say that somebody killed Trump, right? Maybe some shit could go down like that. You'd have a divided nation. Some people are happy with it, some people who aren't. You know what I mean? Some people regarding that person as a hero. That's some shit I could see happen. But chances that happen are slim enough. You go kill a bunch of random people, they're gonna think you're a fucking asshole. Anyways, so that's my whole thing on controversy. It's a stupid fucking argument. Doesn't need to be had. You know what I mean? So that's how I personally feel about the controversy and everything behind it. Is you're out of your fucking mind. It's a fucking movie. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I'd grow some fucking balls or watch Pokemon all day. Okay? So, moving past the controversy, moving past the awesome Arthur Fleck, Joaquin Phoenix playing his role, I would like to say that this movie is fucking hilarious. I don't think I've laughed so hard in the movie theater in a long time. Now, most Marvel movies do get chuckles out of me. They give me a chuckle here, a chuckle there. But I've never blatantly fucking been like knee slap laughing as much as I was in this Joker movie. There's a few moments where I literally looked to my wife and was like, yo, is this shit happening right now, bro? There's so many. Without giving spoilers, there's just like 2 or 3 scenes that are just absolute fucking comedy gold. And one of the scenes is like right after this fucking tragic ass fucking death scene. And this tragic death scene happens, and then it's just like pure comedy. It's actually so fucking gold that you couldn't help but laugh. Even Joaquin Phoenix was laughing, bro. That's how genius the writing was for this one scene. So I enjoyed the movie comedy wise as much as I enjoyed it thematically, and I think it's a great character study of Joker. Now, again, my biggest problem with this movie would be the fact that you're not Joker. You don't really get to see too much of Joker. You get to see the man behind the mask. And I think that's what the whole movie's about and the whole point of the movie. But at the same time, because you do that, you negate some of the opportunities that we get as the viewer to see him in that role. You see what I'm saying? If it were up to me, I would have had him make that transition a little bit earlier. But it made it worthwhile to wait for the transition. Because to me, I'm just going to blatantly say this may be the best third act superhero movie ever. I mean, Infinity War's got a great third act. And that'd be a second close for me is Infinity War. But because you already knew what was going to happen in Infinity War, or at least we assumed everybody was going to fucking die, right? You pretty much already had a preconditioned note of what was going to happen. You just didn't think they were really going to do it. You're like, oh, probably everybody will die. We'll bring them back or something. We don't know. You know, everybody just kind of was like, whatever with it. But with this third act, I knew what the fuck was going to happen. I literally knew what was going to happen after the first act. I already pretty much thought of everything that was going to happen after the first act. This movie is extremely predictable because it's like Taxi Driver in a lot of ways. And what's that other one? King of Comedy, right? I think that's why they had Robert De Niro as the fucking host. But even though I knew what was going to happen, it didn't make watching it any less jaw-dropping. I was in fucking awe, literally, from when that man suited up for the first time as this Joker that you see on screen right now. When he suited up for the first time as this Joker, I literally was like in it, bro. I was in it. It was fucking awesome. And the third act, because there's no... Okay, so like the problem with most superhero movies is the third act, there's always this big ass overarching villain that's been in the movie since the beginning of the movie started, and they now have to resolve this issue in the last 30 minutes of the movie. So something gets pushed aside, something gets rushed aside, and then you're into your fucking main part. Boom, they fight, they clash, part's over, little dialogue after, roll credits, the end, right? But here, there is no superhero to combat Joker, if you will. If you think about it, he is the hero in a lot of ways in this movie, and society and the way that we treat people with mental illness, the way that we treat just people who are outcasts with no empathy, no understanding what it's like to be in their shoes. Because of that, Joker's kind of the good guy in a lot of ways. Not saying that he is, obviously, but in a lot of ways you could see it that way. It can be flipped both ways. It's a very gray area. You know what I'm saying? It's not black and white as it's always seemed. Then, without spoilers, to me, the third act, like, man, it's just so good. It's just so fucking good. The third act of this movie is so fucking fire. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. There's two parts that I didn't think about until they happened, or they were happening. And I don't want to spoil them. We'll talk about them after. But there was two parts where I didn't even think about until they happened. And I was like, this is happening. Right now. This is fucking happening. Oh, shit. So overall, man, I give the movie an 8.4 out of 10. Right? Yeah. An 8.4 out of 10 is what I get the movie, man. This is the non-spoiler time. I wanted to talk about the movie without spoilers and shit. 8.4 out of 10. The thing that I didn't like about the movie, if we're talking about some flaws, is the fact that the first half hour of the movie was really rough for me to get into. Nigga, I almost wanted to walk out. Because his laugh, while it's really creepy, it got fucking annoying very fast. Very fucking quick. It's not like Mark Hamill's laugh. And to me, Heath Ledger doesn't even have a laugh. If I could think of his laugh, it's just like... it's one of those fucking out of air kind of laughs. He doesn't really have like a laugh to me. But Joaquin Phoenix's laugh is kind of annoying. I didn't really like it. I liked it later on because it grew on me, but in the beginning, it's so... I think it's how it's supposed to be, but it's just so disturbingly annoying that I was not into the movie the first 30 minutes of the movie. And in the first 30 minutes of the movie, I really didn't know where the fuck we were going with any of it. You know? But after the first 30 minutes, that's when the movie really picked up for me. So that's one of my biggest issues with the movie. Very slow start. Second issue with the movie is the fact that... Where's my water? What the fuck did I do with that water, bro? The second issue with the movie is the fact that Joker's barely in the movie. Like, I have a big issue with that. There's water. I have a big issue with that. I wish he was in the movie more. If he had been in the movie, I don't know, 20% more, I think it would have made it that much better of a movie. Dang, you see that shit blinging? You see my fucking bat symbol blinging in the light? I think it would have been that much better of a movie. I think the fact that you got so much of the man behind the mask kind of takes away from the mysticism of Joker. But it still was awesome. Don't get it twisted. All right? So that is the spoiler-free part of my review of Joker. If you've not seen that shit, go out and fucking see it. If you are a DC fan, you will absolutely love it. If you're a Marvel fan, I don't fucking know about you. All right? Good luck. But if you're a DC fan, or you're just a comic book fan, or a character analysis kind of guy where you like movies that dive deep into characters and studies and shit, this is the movie for you. This is what I was talking to my wife with. I was like, we went to go see Endgame and Infinity War and we talked about those movies for like 10 minutes. I've been talking about this movie since I got out of this movie at 12 o'clock, bro. 12:45, we got. I have not stopped talking about this movie. Wifey has not stopped talking about this movie. We've just been talking and talking and talking about this movie. There's so much to discuss on thoughts and ideas and everything else. So if you have not seen this movie, get your ass out there, check out the movie. We saw it for $5.25, early morning fucking showing at South Point, baby, matinee. Ugh, it was packed. It was packed, wifey. I'm like, she's like, I want to get some snacks. I said, you go get snacks, I'm gonna go get seats. We go inside, it's packed, bro. I was out there elbowing kids for seats, bro. Get the fuck out of my way, dog. I'm moving fucking jackets, and she's like, excuse me, those are my people. I said, well, listen, man, I can't be at the edge of the damn thing, man. I need to be in the center. Okay, you guys can move over? Yes, you can move down? Yeah, we can move down. Okay, move the fuck down then, lady. I don't got time to be dealing with these motherfuckers. Okay? But definitely go out there, see it. And that's gonna be it for the fucking spoiler-free. That's gonna be it for the spoiler-free part of Joker. We're going to go into the spoiler hardcore territory right fucking now. So now's the time to jet your ass on out of here. You ain't seen it yet? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You needs to go right now, because as soon as these bowls are loaded, that's it. That's all she wrote. All right, so here's how the Joker spoiler territory is going to go down. First, I'm just going to shoot off shit that's on my mind that I want to talk about. Then, after I shoot off shit that's on my mind that I want to talk about, you guys can ask me any questions. Just do me a favor and @Bakihama to me. I know I don't usually ask you to do that, but if you do me that favor so I can see the shit and don't lose the shit, because I'm going to go on some rants. This is rant time. You understand? So if you got a question, at your boy, okay? That you want me to see. All right, first bowl loaded, bam, and that is, what strand is this? This is 5 Alive. We got 5 Alive in one bowl, and then the other bowl we got that whatever the fuck I said it was called earlier. What's this shit called again? What this shit called? What this shit called? Weed Brother OG. So I got Weed Brother OG and 5 Alive. Which one should we smoke out of first? Should we do Weed Brother first, or should we do 5 Alive first? The other one sound like a strand Drew made. 5 Alive? All right, let's do 5 Alive. Weed Brothers? Yeah, it did sound like some Drew shit. All right, we'll do 5 Alive first. Okay. I already saw Black Rob. Damn it, you're art. This man an art. You know what? We'll just derail it. We're just gonna have a full open fucking discussion. Here we go. Listen, I personally looked at wifey when this black woman was looking at this white dude, and I was like, bro, if she falls for this nigga, it is a movie. This is a movie. This would not happen in real life. This man looks like he's 52. She look like she 22. There's a 30-year gap. And she already got a little kid. I'm like, how the fuck is this shit going down? It literally baffled me. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away. I looked at wifey. Wifey looked at me. I said, that's the love interest. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, that's the love interest. We were both blown away. Couldn't believe it. So when the hallucinations finally stopped, yo, I fucking was like, I thought so. It was more of a, I knew something was up. That's some juicy schmoyer shit right there. That's some juicy schmoyer. Something's up. You knew something was up from the jump. You know what I mean? From the jump. Now, here is one of my issues with the movie going into spoiler territory. Bro, he never said he was fucking defending himself. All this nigga had to do was say, there was 3 niggas beating me up. I'm strapped. Yeah, it's a dirty gun. You'll get in trouble for it. You might get a little slap on the wrist, get a year or some shit. But them niggas was fucking you up. They were beating the fuck out of him. It's not like he was just a random nigga on the fucking bus and then he started bucking on people. They beat the fuck out of him. So if they beating the fuck out of you, then why the fuck don't you say that shit? You know what I mean? I felt like he could have elaborated on that in the situation when Robert De Niro was like grilling him at the end, dude. He should have been like, man, they were fucking me up. He goes, and that's what's fucked up with society. He goes, nobody noticed. Even though nobody's on the fucking car, he could have still said that and it still would have been true. Because it happened to him the first time out in the streets. He got beat up by those fucking little kids. Speaking of the little kids, when they fucked him up, how fucking funny was it when the oldest dude was like teaching the little kids? He's like, yeah, hit him harder, tougher. Check his pockets. He's got nothing. Let's go. Yo, I was fucking crying. Okay? Crying. Another time I was crying in this movie. This nigga dropped the gun in the children's hospital! Oh my god, nigga. We were fucking... This nigga dropped a gun in the children's hospital. Do you understand? This nigga dropped a gun in the children's hospital. In front of every fucking body, bro. These niggas were singing campfire songs. If you're happy and you know it, clap your... Yo, I could not fucking... Yo, that part had me fucking crying. Crying, nigga. Like, I was literally in tears. In fucking tears. I could not believe this nigga had brought the gun to the children's hospital and then dropped it in front of everybody. And if you notice, I don't think you saw, but in the bottom left, there's this little kid in a wheelchair and she goes like this. She has the gun, she got a gun like this, she's going, like aiming at him. Yo! I cannot believe this nigga dropped a gun in the children's hospital. That is the most unprofessional shit I've ever seen in the history of fucking movies. And we have seen a lot of movies. That man fucked up. And then, the second part that was equally funny was when Joker killed the dude who sold him the gun or gave him the gun, and the fucking midget couldn't get out of the goddamn apartment. Oh my god. I haven't heard a collective laugh that loud since Superbad. That was the last time I've heard the movie theater that fucking loud with laughter. Everyone. Not a single person sitting down was not laughing. Everybody was fucking laughing at that midget scene, man. That shit. See, that's the kind of comedy I like out of tragedy. Not like that fucking Marvel shit they do sometimes where it's like, it'll be really serious and somebody will just say something funny. And then it goes back to serious. Like, that was literally like a tragedy moment that just happened to be ironically fucking funny. Because he's just short, bro. Like, he couldn't reach the fucking lock, dude. That shit was fucking genius. It was so genius of writing. I was like, this writing is incredible, bro. Absolutely incredible. Okay, we're still moving through the story, you know. Couple of the beats that I thought were really interesting was like the whole mom thing, bro. His whole mom shit was kind of crazy. What's cool is it kind of pays respect to the Killing Joke, in the sense that his origin isn't like truly given in a way. He's adopted. So when it's all said and done, we still don't really know who he is. So they did that right, if you think about it. They did that right. And how he murks his mom is fucking great. He's like, and then when they came over, when the two clowns came over and they're like, yeah, man, we just came over, you know, because your mom died or whatever. No, they're like, what are you doing? He goes, Mom died. I'm celebrating. He's like painting his face, bro. They're like, oh, okay. You're celebrating, I guess. Didn't the guys who work on Hangover work on this movie? I have no idea. We could look it up, find out. Trying to think of another scene. I don't I don't want to go to the ending of the movie yet. I'm trying to think of another scene in the middle of the movie that really made me fucking like the movie. It was really just that children's hospital. From the children's hospital scene onward, that's when I started liking the movie. Before that, I really didn't know where the movie was going. I was very confused where the movie was going. But afterwards, that's when I really enjoyed that shit. Was right after that fucking gun dropped and that man got fired from his gig. You just saw it all just kind of spiral down, and it spiraled down in an amazing way. The cinematics for the movie were absolutely incredible as well, bro, because like there was a lot of shots where everything was like a real ugly gray whenever he was like Arthur, if you ever noticed. And every time he was Arthur, he had to go upstairs to get to his house, right? His shitty house with the shitty mom and his shitty life. Where he goes and watches a movie with or a TV show with his mom that he fantasizes about being on, right? But once he actually got that call to be in the Joker, which is something else I want to talk about, and went down, that's when he had his downward descent into insanity, and that's where he truly became himself. Now, here's the one thing that I think might be the case, bro. It could all be a fucking hallucination. None of this shit could have happened. And the only reason I say that, see, I didn't think that before, but the only fucking reason I say it, there's two reasons actually, after been thinking about the movie. The first reason is the movie starts with him fucking laughing, right? It's the first thing you hear is his laughter with that black lady, right? Fast forward to the end of the movie, where are you at? You're in a psychiatric ward laughing with a black lady talking to you, okay? That's one of the weird leaps. What are the chances? Two black bitches working psychiatric wards in Gotham type shit. I don't know. It just seems too weird. And then the other one that really threw me off was I could be wrong. Now I could be wrong. Chat, let me know. YouTube, let me know in the comments. But when he gets the call to go on the Warren show, right? He gets the call to go on Warren's show. Does he have a cigarette that he's smoking when he's laying on the bed? Because what I recalled was it was a shot before he had a pillow. There was nobody there on the pillow because his mom had already died or whatever. And then he's like laying on the bed up like this, but I didn't think he was smoking a cigarette. Maybe he was smoking a cigarette. But then he gets up, he goes and answers the phone. He's talking on the phone for like 2 minutes, and then he pulls a cigarette out of nowhere. I literally did not see any smoke, and literally cigarettes were important in the fucking scenes. In all of the scenes, you usually see him light up, and you usually see him throw the cigarette. In almost every scene where there's a cigarette, that's what happens. Or it just cuts completely to another moment in time. But he almost always finishes his cigarette, or he always lights the cigarette. One of the two. But I don't remember him doing it during the phone call. It was one of the only one of the times that made me think that the whole thing was a fucking illusion. Because I was like, did he light that shit? Because I didn't see him light it. Wifey says she saw him blow in the smoke in the room. But I didn't see smoke in the room. And he could be. I don't know. I might have missed that one. But that was one of the things that had me think it was a fantasy. And the whole thing was a fantasy. Was that and the beginning and the end of the movie. They parallel too close to each other. Now let's just talk about the third act of the movie, man. When that boy becomes Joker, everything is just so good, man. The best part, at the very beginning, right when he becomes Joker, and they're playing the fucking, I forgot what the fucking song was. It's not We Will Rock You, it's fucking, Black Rock, what was the song they were playing when he was going down the stairs? I can't think of it right now. But when they're playing that song and he's doing his dance, there's two cops behind him. I wonder if they show it in the trailer. I doubt they do. They probably cut them out. Nope, they're there. So these niggas in the fucking trailer. That shit's loud as fuck, B. Them niggas in the back of the are like the two cops that are chasing him. But there's a perfect scene where like he's dancing and they're like shrouded in like shadow almost, dude. And it looks like, I don't know, it looks like a depiction of like two devils, like outcast from like heaven, if you will. What is like considered the normal society going down to his depths to try to catch the crazy man. You see what I'm saying? It's like these stairs represent so much. To me, it's the gateway between insanity and fucking sanity. And the cops right now are at the sanity level, and in order to get them, they got to go down to his world. That one song they be playing during sports games, right? Yeah, but it wasn't "We Will Rock You" though, right? That's pretty cool imagery. It's genius. They did it the whole entire movie. They did it the whole movie. Every time he goes upstairs, he's sad and depressed. Shoulders are slumped. He's got to go home to fucking mom. He don't get no pussy. He don't get no bitches. He can't even jack off. Kid hasn't jacked off in fucking 32 years. He's now fucking 47 and he still hasn't jerked. He ain't got no pussy. He don't know what life is like, bro. He don't get to drink. He don't get to go out. He got to go home to his mom and give her a sponge bath. Yay. His life sucks when he goes up those stairs. But when he comes down the stairs, that's when it's starting to change. You see what I'm saying? That's when his whole entire format is completely changing. Because I don't think they ever show him going down the stairs as Arthur Fleck, the normal man. They only show him descending down the stairs as Joker, which is genius. All right, so man becomes Joker, right? He's gonna be on Warren's show or whatever. And that last speech when he is on fucking Robert De Niro's show is absolutely just like, it gives me chills just thinking about it, bro. Because he was so right in so many ways, but like it was just so chilling. Because he's like, when they first start clapping and shit, and he's just sitting there, he's not saying a word. And he's like, this is how I've always imagined it would be. And Robert De Niro makes a joke. He goes, well, that makes at least one of us. And everybody starts laughing and shit. And he's like, I'm about to kill this motherfucker. You know? That's exactly what he was thinking. But when he plugged De Niro, I loved that moment. But it was too fucking foreseeable. I knew he was going to plug De Niro. If he would have killed himself, I'd have really been shocked. If that man would have fucking capped himself, nigga, I might have just walked out the theater like, holy shit, this movie is fucking nutso. But him killing De Niro was a little too predictable, in my opinion. A little too predictable. I still thought it was dope, though, because the speech that he gave was raw as fuck. But fuck all that, right? You know, that's the cool part of third act. Bro, the creation of Batman? The only problem I have with the creation of Batman is why the fuck are Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne and Bruce Wayne out during the fucking street protest riots, which is possibly going to be the most dangerous fucking time in Gotham? Why would you go see a movie? Yeah, nobody thought about that one, huh? Yeah, that's one you really can't answer. They just fucked up. Niggas shouldn't be going to go see movies right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, no fucking politician in the right mind is gonna be like, hey babe, let's go see the new fucking movie. There's riots outside, but don't worry about it. They're not worried about us. They could give a fuck less. You know that riots are outside, potentially about you, yet you go see a movie. There's the only problem I didn't like about that shit. But I loved how it went down because I saw it coming. See, I'm telling you, this movie was so fucking predictable. It's the one, that's why I got an 8.4 for me. Because it's so predictable. As soon as the marquee said Zorro, I was like, oh, here comes Batman. Here comes the creation of Batman. As soon as I saw it, it didn't even take half a second. And literally, as soon as they were walking by the movie theater and it said Zorro, I was, oh, Batman's about to be created. It was like every time a beat happened, that was a major beat, I fucking foresaw that shit. There was very rarely, the gun drop in the hospital and the midget joke were like the two biggest surprises in the movie for me. You know, those are the two biggest like actual surprises. De Niro dying, the way they becomes Joker, all that shit. I kind of saw that shit coming throughout the movie. Now in the trailer and shit, I had no idea. But once you start watching the movie, if you know the beats to look for, if you've seen Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, then you can kind of tell how this movie's going to go in a lot of major ways. All right, let me catch up in chat. They say killing De Niro like that was a homage to Dark Knight Returns, where Joker kills that entire studio audience. See, I feel like it wasn't. I can understand why people say that, even if the director says it, then that's a whole nother ball game. But the only reason I say that I don't feel that way is because they're done for completely different reasons. Joker in this movie kills De Niro as a message to the world. Joker kills that fucking news dude. Actually, he doesn't kill the news dude first. He kills the doctor. Right? And then I don't even think he kills the news announcer guy. Doesn't the news announcer guy, doesn't he just kill the doctor?
And our special guest, the clown prince of crime, Joker.
See, this movie is great because look, this shot right here is literally in the comic book, exactly like that.
Joker.
See, look, this is what happened though. Like,
Joker, you've asked for a chance to share your side of things. I'm told you've killed about 600 people. How exactly does your side of that go?
Stop right there. This is a sensitive man.
I'm gonna catch up. I just want to see his part real quick.
That's all right. I want people to get me.
All right then.
That's why I'm gonna kill everyone in this room.
Okay. I think that's a little more insight than we had in mind.
It's okay. He doesn't really mean that. He's just trying to ease the tension.
Funny way to go about it.
You have to remember, this man isn't responsible for those killings. He's merely a victim of the Batman's psychotic obsession.
I thought I was Batman's psychotic obsession.
So you think the Batman's the real sicko here?
Without a doubt. He's an obsessive-compulsive, narcissistic, hero-complexed sociopath. I would love a shot at him as a patient.
Do guests get to keep these?
Sure, you do whatever you want with it. We got a closet full of them.
So long as you won't miss it.
See, Joker doesn't even kill him. They kill him. They kill everybody.
Breathe, David. Breathe.
So I can somewhat see that because it's a TV show or whatever, but it is a wholly different reason. That man killed that doctor because he was talking shit about Batman. He's like, "Don't you talk about my baby? I'm fucking you up." That's exactly what happened. If you talk about my baby. All right, let me fucking catch up real quick. Here's my take on it. The whole movie was Joker telling his origin story to the therapist at the end of the movie. The whole movie is bullshit. It's his own fabricated backstory. Think about how people tell stories when they're the bad guy. See, I want to think it's fabricated, but at the same time, I don't know. I can't tell if it's fabricated or not. There's not enough like strings to tell you that it is fabricated or not. I thought it was fabricated too, just because I'm telling you that there's one cigarette that comes out of nowhere in the movie. It literally, this nigga is on the phone. Oh yeah, you guys want me on your show? Yeah, when? It cuts back. He's like, yeah, absolutely. And he's smoking a fucking cigarette, bro. I looked around, nobody saying nothing. I'm like, this nigga just pulled the cigarette out of his ass, man. So I think you could be right. And like I said, the beat at the beginning of the movie matches the beat at the end of the movie, where he's laughing at a black or laughing in front of a black psychiatrist, and the end of the movie he's laughing in front of a black psychiatrist. So I totally could see how people are thinking it's fabricated in the brain too. It could go either fucking way. It could go either way. But yeah, to me, the message that he was sending was to society and not to Batman. In Dark Knight Returns, that message is to Batman. He killed all those people to get Batman to come to him, because that's just what he lives for. And Joker and Batman need each other. It's not, this is completely different. You know what I mean? There is no Batman involved here. There's a Bruce, there's a Wayne involved, but it's not nowhere near the same, in my opinion. And it's funny because somebody said the same thing on Twitter. They said that they're paying homage to what's that shit called? The Killing Joke. And I was like, in what way? Nobody, I don't know if dude hit me up with a notification yet. No, he didn't. But yeah, somebody was like, oh, it's paying homage to Killing Joke. And I was just trying to think in like what way, besides maybe like him not having a true background or a true origin. Like him finding out that he was adopted means that he doesn't have a true origin still. Overall, great fucking movie though. I'm gonna go see it again. Hit me up if you want to come with. Yeah, let me know when, bro. I might be down. The origin of Bruce was fucking great. I thought the whole movie pretty much in general was great, but like I said, man, name a better third act, bro. You could say Endgame and Infinity War all you want, but to me, those acts are not that good. The third act of Infinity War is great, but like I said, you already saw it coming and you knew what was going to have to happen afterwards. Whereas this movie is its own thing. Also, side fucking note real quick. Did you guys see the Wonder Woman 1984 fucking poster? Look at this shit, bro. She looks fucking good, dude. Holy shit. I'm excited for this fucking movie. I saw us walking in. I said, oh, they shouldn't have. That shit looks good. Damn, that shit looks good. Yeah, overall though, I fucking love the fuck out of the movie. Like I said, biggest issues with the movie is what the fuck are Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne and Bruce Wayne doing out during a riot? Why the fuck are they there? They should not be there. He should have been like, listen, we're gonna have to stay home today. There's a fucking riot. No, we can't go see Zorro, nigga. We go see Zorro tomorrow. You'll live. You'll live. Like, you will live. Or fly to fucking Metropolis to go see it. I don't fucking know. You're Thomas Wayne. You're balling. Why would you ever even risk bringing yourself out during a riot? A protest / riot. You understand? What the fuck are you even doing out there? That's the biggest hole in the movie. There's really no other holes in this fucking movie. That is the biggest hole in the fucking movie. Is what the fuck are they doing out during a riot? Like, what are you doing? And the riot is basically about you running for mayor. No bodyguards, no nothing. They just died down an alley. Damn, like, the more I think about that, the more like corny it is, actually. Being there is one thing, trying to leave by walking out and through an alley is ridiculous. Yeah, man, like, I don't know, man. The more I think about that scene in particular, that's like the one scene that is just doesn't make any sense. In the whole movie, though, that's pretty good. All things considered. Because you know me, man, I'm a fucking monster at picking apart movies. I be bringing up shit nigga nobody thinks of online. Like that shit with Thor, niggas had to make up. Y'all niggas talking about some, oh, nigga wasn't on the comms. Give me that shit. Give me that shit. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of something else I really didn't like. You know, I also don't think it was a fabricate. The whole thing was a fabrication, because if the whole thing was a fabrication, then he would have fabricated. He would have had fabrications about him having fake fabrications about fabrications. Does that make sense? He would have had to been telling the bitch that he was met a bitch, and then he found out later that he never met the bitch, even though it's all still in his head and he never met the bitch from the beginning. So you didn't even, you had a fabrication about you meeting a bitch that you never met, but then you had a fabrication about you fabricating the bitch. It's like too many fabrication holes. Nah, you wrong about that Thor thing, but you do alright most other things. Nah, nigga, I ain't wrong about that Thor thing. I don't want to hear it, nigga. Where the fuck was Thor? Where was he? He could not have been handling lemmings that long. I don't want to hear it, bro. That's why I think it's all bullshit. He takes credit for Thomas Wayne's assassination, and therapists ask him what's so funny. She wouldn't get it. I think he knows it's bullshit, but to him it would be funny. Maybe. Did he say that he takes credit for the assassination, though? Because if he says he took credit for it, then it's a real thing that happened. Otherwise, he'd be like, nigga, Thomas Wayne's still alive. That's the only reason I think it's real, though, is because, nigga, Batman has to be in this world, right? Like, Bruce Wayne is destined to be Batman, just like this dude's destined to be the Joker in a lot of ways. You know? If you think about it, you kind of need for that to happen. If that didn't happen, then I mean, like, what is Joker without some kind of way affecting Batman? And what is Batman without some kind of way being affected by Joker? You know? Nah, but he's the one telling the story. You'd hear about Thomas Wayne getting assassinated. True. But I don't think he would take credit for it, though, because I don't even think he knew about it, really. He didn't see it, right? It just happened. Probably didn't even hear about it till way later. I don't know, man. It just seemed like too many things were too realistic for it to be like a dream. Because like I said, if it's a dream, then he had to have had a fabrication about a fabrication that never fabricated. He would have to dream that he met somebody and he fell in love with this black girl, but he really didn't fall in love with this black girl. You see what I'm saying? So you'd have to, and then the whole thing is fake though. So in your own fake dream, you thought you met somebody, but you never really met someone. In your own fake dream. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything didn't go perfect for Arthur. If everything went a little bit more perfect for him, I could understand. But he really didn't get like a way scot clean, and he came to his own realization, like, fuck, man, I was tripping. You know? Like, I thought this bitch liked me. She didn't like me. So, like, if he was to tell that to the therapist, like, how would you even do that? You'd be like, all right, so, like, you're making up this story, and then you're like, all right, so I was really tripping. I thought this bitch liked me, but she never existed in any of the fucking situations. I thought I took her on 6 dates. We never went anywhere together. Never saw the bitch. But you just told me that you went on 6 dates with her. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I know, but then I realized that it was all fake. And then, like, you realize the whole thing's fake. It's kind of stretch. But it could be, though. It definitely could be fake. Because, like I said, the whole Warren thing was just strange. But it wasn't strange, too, because it's like, what I was asking myself was, like, why did they record him at that comedy show? But when he walks into the comedy show, it's literally where all the great comedians started out, and they all have their fucking pictures on the wall. So they obviously record there. So he obviously did that fucking he went to that comedy club and bombed. And not only did he bomb, but we heard him bomb. See, that's why, I don't know, man. It's hard to see it as a fabrication because you see so many versions of everybody kind of like laughing at his trashness of him being a comedian because he's so garbo. What else is that black girl playing? I'm trying to see more of her. She's in Deadpool too. She's Domingo or Domino, sorry. That's when he was off his meds. True. Trying to think, because he just said he was off his meds. That when the midget and the old boy walked in, right? He's like, I'm off my meds. Stop taking my medication. That was after he had already walked out of the girl's house, right? Yeah, she's in Deadpool 2 and I forgot what else she is. She's something else superhero-y though. He is off his meds though. At least if it all happens in the same day. If it all happens in the same day, probably off his meds. But even if he's off his meds, he's not really off his meds because he's in a psychiatric ward. You see what I'm saying? He never stopped taking his meds because he's never left the fucking psychiatric ward. They've been shoving it down his throat for the past however long. Do you think he killed that black chick at the end of the movie? Or do you think that was fucking him tripping too? He's just running up and down the fucking halls. They're like, calm that man down. I don't know. I wanted to think it was a fabrication, but the more I think about it, like, the less I think it is. Because it just seems like it's, like, too much of a stretch. But I think it's open to interpretation. You know what I mean? However anybody interprets it. There's no right or wrong answer. That's just how I feel. Maybe that was him escaping. I don't know. That nigga did not escape. That nigga, he went a left and then he came back this way. That nigga is not escaping, bro. He's just trying to avoid people. That nigga. Oh, that's what it is. Rock and roll. Yes, thank you, son. I cannot. I'm like, what is this fucking? I kept thinking of rock you. Yeah, it's a rock and roll. I love smoking bowls, so put it in the pipe and light up, baby. I love smoking bowls, so put it in the pipe and smoke with me tonight. You know about that? Y'all know about that version? I just made that up. That's why. His fucking thrust dance was super funny, wasn't it? His dancing was super funny, super creepy. The whole movie had this super creepy, super like ominous theme to it. It made me just fucking absolutely fall in love with it. To me, I've thought more about this movie than any other movie that's ever came out that's a superhero movie. Besides maybe BBS. I wrote like a whole episode on BBS. But BBS is different though, obviously. Nobody likes that movie. Everybody seems to like this Joker movie right now. This one dude almost got beat up in the theaters though. This dude would not shut up at the beginning of the movie. Joker was like laughing. You know that awkwardness Joker kept laughing? This motherfucker out loud is like, are we supposed to listen to 5 minutes of laughter? Everybody look over and nobody say nothing. And then like the psychiatrist and Joker are going back and forth. Arthur at the time are going back and forth. And he says something else again. The dude below me says, bro, if you don't shut the fuck up. Yeah. I kind of wish you'd have kept talking, but that nigga instantly shut up though. I thought I wanted to smoke. My girl was outside smoking something super strong, and the smell was getting in the house. Gave me a headache. Oof. You look like a BBS. Thank you. That's a great movie. So I look like a great movie. I love you. I loved you. Let's watch the trailer and see if there's any other moments that I could talk about that I really fucking loved. I love the shots, the scenes, and shit like that. But oh, Bro, let's talk about this fucking bus scene real quick. How much of a fucking bitch mom do you have to fucking be? Listen here, bitch mom. Talking about, don't bother my son. He's like, bitch, I wasn't bothering your son. Just made the nigga laugh. You know, something, give him something like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But then when he started busting out laughing, bro, it was funny because wifey was like, hey, she never gave his card back. It's like, she didn't give that nigga his card back. She just like, slid that shit in the pocket. This movie action packed as Gladiator, the last movie this dude was on? Hell no. Hell no. This movie's not action packed at all. That's why I told my son he won't like it. He's like, I want to see it. I was like, bro, you would fucking walk out of this movie. Yeah, what a bitch mom. Yeah, look at her. There's the bitch mom right there, being a bitch, looking away, not paying attention to her fucking child. That cute laugh, bro.
You please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry. I really existed. But I do. And people.
See, look. Nigga, like, what are you doing out here, bro? Why would you ever go to the movie theater and they got all this shit going on?
To notice.
You think this is funny?
That scene was one of the best scenes, though.
Is this a joke to you?
Oh wait, they showed it, didn't they? Hold on.
Is this a joke to you?
Right there. This is the end of the fucking movie. Bro, he got hit super hard though. Like, I was not expecting that shit. Damn, they showed the whole fucking thing. Yeah, he got hit fucking hard, bro. That shit scared me low-key. That scene was... This is where he dropped the gun, bro. Yo! I still can't believe this nigga dropped the gun. I'm gonna be saying that shit for months to come, bro. This nigga dropped the gun at the children's hospital. This nigga dropped the gun at the children's hospital. This nigga dropped the gun at the children's hospital. Like, that shit is just... I'm telling you, bro. I could not stop. I had to hold in my laughter. It was so fucking funny. The nigga said, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Oh my God, bro. Woo! Woo! Every time, bro. Every fucking time, bro. Yo, when he tried to cover it up, oh my God, bro. That was an awesome scene too, him stomping out that trash. See, I didn't even realize it here, but when I was in the theater, it already showed the Zorro up top. I'd already, because it said the blade of, or the gay blade of Zorro, and I was like, isn't that an old ass movie, bro? I was like, what movie? I was like, Zorro. Oh shit! As soon as it happened, it clicked. I was like, oh, I already know it's about to happen. The part of my act. Oh my God, bro, that fucking scene.
The clown.
So this dude was already looking at him hella weird before that in the actual movie. There's one more scene I want to talk about. Oh yeah, after he killed the three Wall Street kids, and then fucking he came into here and he like looked at himself in the mirror and started dancing. I really started to fall in love with his Joker, his version of Joker, his iteration. You know what I mean? But I will say this, man. If you think about it, not really the Joker. Plain and simple. He's just a clown named Joker. If you think about it. Really think about it. I mean, he's not truly the Joker until he creates Batman. Once he creates Batman, now he's the Joker. See? Until then, though, to me, you can't have Joker without Batman. You can have Batman without Joker, just because you can't always have the same villain, but Joker still needs to be around. You can't have Joker without Batman, in my honest opinion. And I feel like that was the biggest new status quo, is that he created Batman. You know? I wanted Joker to look like from Batman Origins with spiky hair. When I picture Joker, I think of Batman Arkham Origins. Really? Joker was such a powerful film. It's really good. He reminded me of Silver Age Joker, which is my favorite Joker. Silver Age? Isn't Silver Age the goofy one? Story is kind of like the Killing Joke comic. Somebody else said that too, and I don't really see it that way. Like, as I'm going through the beats of Killing Joke is about a Joker who wants to become a comedian, but he ends up getting into a gang or like a bunch of shady ass people, and they want him to do this robbery at Ace Chemicals. He does this robbery at Ace Chemicals, fucking falls in a vat of acid, survives, and comes out fucking nuts. He don't get paid, he don't get nothing, he gets blamed. But this movie is about somebody who's already down on his fucking luck before we even meet him 100%. And he just keeps diving dark. He just keeps diving further down into descent more than anything else. That, the other, like the Killing Joke, it could have went a million ways. Where it's like, this dude's already on 7 meds at the beginning of the movie. If it's all legit happened, he's on 7 meds at the time. Already fucked up beyond fucked up. He's a clown that does random fucking work throughout the city. That man's super down on his luck. It's the whole one bad day thing that I think people are relating that to. Somebody else said the Killing Joke, and I'm like, I don't get why people relate that to Killing Joke. Bro, the Killing Joke is about making someone else go crazy. You just find out about Joker's story throughout the fucking story because that is what Alan Moore wanted you to see. But if you're actually talking about the story, then it's about Commissioner Gordon and making him go crazy. That's why Barbara gets shot in the fucking stomach and shit. I guess the other beat you could try to relate it to is trying to make society go crazy as a whole and relating society to James Gordon. And saying that if you can give society one bad day, then that's all it takes for them to fucking splurge into just chaos and anarchy and shit. But it was more than one day. It was like a few weeks of that shit stirring, really. Because like, if you think about it, he killed those motherfuckers like 2 weeks ago, those 3 dudes or whatever, and that shit had been stirring and bubbling in the city for all that time. And then he comes out, he's a clown, he fucking just caps these people, and he's already looked at as a symbol. Now the city just explodes. You know what I'm saying? I do wonder how he would do across from Batman. Like, if he was to be in with Batman, he'd get fucked up. This dude has no chance. He's not a genius. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not like a super mastermind in any way, shape, or form. He's just a dude who happened to put on a clown suit at the right time in civilization. Like, dead ass. If you think about it, it's all he really is. It's nowhere near the same. Because who's to say when Joker went through that fucking vat of acid, it didn't like enhance his brain in some way? Maybe he like fried some synapses in his brain, but enhanced others. Because that motherfucker can draw up a crime scene faster than you can fucking think. And fuck people over and still be able to get away and do it again. Wash and repeat. You know? Whereas like this dude had no chance. Batman would have caught this nigga before he killed the second dude on this damn train, bro. Batman would have been like, what's so funny? Right behind him and shit. This film is definitely a descent into madness. You feel that this man is crazy and you understand why he's crazy? Yeah. Honestly, I wanted to kill Thomas Wayne too. You wanted who? Oh, Joker. I mean, he still died anyway. Really dark look into the madness of his character is really good. Yeah. He was an asshole, which also makes sense for Flashpoint Batman. I mean, it just makes sense that a dad is a dad, bro. You know what I mean? He wasn't even an asshole. He's just like, I mean, how would you be if you're taking a fucking piss and there's just some random dude staring at you? I'm gonna say the same shit. Fucking help you, nigga? Like, fuck you want, bro? What the fuck you looking at, dog? Over here shaking the snake. This man over here fucking just staring me down. Looking like a straight weirdo. He just took his suit off and shit too. Like he had on like the bellhopper suit. He should have kept that shit on. Man just got on the most awkward clothes ever. Like, how the fuck do you even get in here? This is like AAA star class people in here and shit. And this motherfucking random ass dude in some green ass, ugly ass windbreaker. Which is fucking funny as fuck. Yeah. Like, if you think about it, like, I love that it's its own take on Joker. And I love that he created Batman. Because now he actually is Joker. You see what I'm saying? Let's say this movie went through the whole entire movie and then it ended and all he did was touch Bruce Wayne's face. I wouldn't even call this movie related to fucking DC, honestly. And here's why I say that, right? What made him dye his hair green? Prior to him dyeing his hair green, did you get any real incentive that he was gonna dye his hair green besides his fucking green windbreaker, bro? You see what I'm saying? The beats that make Joker really Joker were given to him inherently by falling into that vat of acid. But it's not that way with this cat, obviously. So if he doesn't have any traits like Joker, looks nothing like Joker, and has no relation to Batman besides being in the city of Gotham, he wouldn't even be considered a Joker by my account. But the fact that he creates Batman is what sold the fucking movie. To me. The more I think about it, that is what sold the fucking movie. That is like the perfect beat to end it with. Because without that, if you cut out Thomas and Martha Wayne dying because of him doing all this crazy shit, right? And you just have riots in Gotham, the city will eventually settle. And Batman will never become. Bruce will have parents. All of these things had to happen because of this nigga. So because of that, that makes like his connection real. It makes it authentic. It makes it he is the Joker. You see what I'm saying? If he didn't have that connection though, I wouldn't even call this a fucking Joker movie at the end. I would have been like, you could have called it anything else. But you have to call it a Joker movie. Because he made Batman. See what I'm saying? It's very important that they put that beat in. And it's actually pretty well done. Like I said, the only problem I have with it is what the fuck are they doing out in the middle of a riot? That was like the worst part about it, bro. It literally makes no sense. I don't even know, like, I can't think of a reason why you as a rich person would be out in the middle of a fucking riot like that. Like, you knew it was protest day. They were talking about it before. So everybody knew it was protest day. And this man is not just some random civilian. You were the most powerful person in the city with probably tons of bodyguards and motherfuckers who got your appointments and everything else scheduled out for you. So when you had a fucking movie night at fucking 4:30, they were like, listen, the protest starts at 5, my guy. We might want to fucking hold this shit off. And they're like, what do you mean? We'll be out by 6:30. The protest will be an hour and a half in, bro. We good. Next thing you know, you get out at 6:30. It's chaos outside, bro. No security, nothing. Like, they had no protection whatsoever. I'm like, you're going down an alley, down nowhere. Like, what is really going on in that situation? That's the one problem I have with the whole entire movie. That's the biggest hole in the whole entire movie. Besides that, the movie's amazing. Why wouldn't they stay in the theater? Yeah, why the fuck didn't they just stay inside? Yo, the more we keep diving into that hole, that shit is gonna become a bigger and bigger plot hole, bro. Like, we need to let that one go. We need to let that one go, for real. That one is, there's no solving that one. They fucked up. They probably just like, we need to have this in here, you know what I mean? Because it's a super strong beat, if you think about it. Like, it's a very important note to hit in the Joker checkpoint. Everything else really doesn't matter. You make your own Joker if you're making your own Joker, but you still have to have that connection to Batman. Without that connection, there is no Joker. And how else could that have happened? Let's try to think of a way that they could have had that situation happen where Thomas and Martha still get gunned down in Crime Alley. It has to happen the same. You see what I'm saying? That's why, like, it sucks, because, like, we literally just opened up like one of the most important beats that happens, but it has to happen that way. I mean, I guess it doesn't, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to happen that way, but like, how would you have felt? See, I don't know, man. How would you have felt if Joker would have started killing people in the audience and Martha and Thomas were like there or some shit? But see, that would make even less sense. Like, what your celebrity ass doing in the fucking audience? You see what I'm saying? How do you even do it? How does Joker kill Bruce's parents? They should have had the theater on fire or something and force them out. There you go. Even then, where's security? Where's something to protect your ass? Y'all just going to the movies, no protection, bro? I mean, he was taking a piss, no protection. Maybe he just didn't rock protection like that. He just felt like he was his own man. And like, you know what I mean? Like Gotham was his city. You know? But still though, man, the riots are about you. Yo, the riots are about you. Everybody in the city knows your face, bro. He's not like some just random ass dude. You know what I mean? They still kept the beat that the Waynes are very important people. So, I don't know. No, I like that he didn't really kill that many people in the first place. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know. I don't think there's any way to change it. It's just one of those things you just gotta accept about movie. I'm telling you, that's the only plot hole I ever think of in the whole movie, really. I don't have no issues anywhere else. Because everything else is either it's a fabrication or it really happened. That's the only other thing that's really up for debate. You know? I think it really happened though. I'm in the boat of it happened. Maybe it didn't. Maybe that motherfucker was telling her the story the whole time and fucking none of it happened. Damn. What a good fucking movie though. The way that they wrote Joker in the beginning too, like it fucking perfectly fit in the screen. I was like, these motherfuckers really was doing their shit, bro. This scene was creepy. Bro, when he capped De Niro was, if we really want to talk about that scene, was it's a powerful fucking scene. It's a really powerful scene. Like almost gut-wrenching powerful. And then he capped him again, and he just threw the gun down and kind of like shook it off. That shit was crazy. Like all that shit was like in one take, so it was just fucking nuts. Nah, I just think that meant him dancing on the cop car never happened. Otherwise, how the fuck he in a mental institution? Well, we were saying he never left the mental institution. Because remember at the beginning of the movie, they were like, why are you in a mental institution? He was like banging his head on the fucking thing. Maybe he never stopped banging his head. Like, it could totally all have been a fabrication. Because if you think about it, I don't even think anybody, any outside source, like in his presence talks about, well, no, because shit happens though. I personally think it's real, but I could see how people would think it's fabrication. Because like I said, if it's a fabrication, then he had a fake fabrication inside of his own fabrication. That's like Inception inside of Inception. You understand? Because then he's fabricating things that didn't happen. Wait, he's fabricating things that happened, as in the grander story, while then he's got certain parts of it that he's fabricating that he imagined, but he's imagining the whole thing. See what I'm saying? It's like compartmentalizing his fabrications, bro. It's just like weird. So I just totally think it's legit, all of it. I liked it a lot though.
Questions every week. How's your job?
It's just different because if you think about it too, there's no real like, I don't know, like villain, hero. It's not a normal comic book movie in that sense. I like that. I was like, latest news on the murderer. And he's like, that's me, nigga. He's like, I'm supposed to make that fucking, yeah, let me do that.
But I do. And people are starting to notice.
It was crazy how his fucking cackle was so crazy it started to hurt him. You know what I mean? Like his laugh is so vicious, it was actually causing him pain. That was wild.
Think this is funny?
That scene was so good. Oh, this scene too with the black dude was pretty damn good. Cause like the black dude started to realize how crazy he was. He was like, "Look, man," and he really did that shit. What up, Blaze of Cookies? Bro, when he imagined his relationship with that girl, that's what I'm saying. That's the fabrication of the fabrication. Like if the whole thing was fake, then he literally told the secretary that he had dates with this black girl, and then he found out that he wasn't having dates with this black girl in the fabrication that he's making up anyway. You see what I'm saying? It's a fabrication in a fabrication. It's like double linked. The whole time I knew she wasn't with him. I think, well, not everybody, but I was saying the same shit. Like, how the fuck she pull this dude? I was saying the same thing.
Is this a joke to you?
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
That final speech, man. This dude almost saved the day. You realize that? This guy's the hero of the fucking movie right there. Nigga tried to save him. He said, listen, don't put the fucking guy on. Telling you right now. He's like, it's not a good look. It's the new movie? Yeah, it's all spoilers. No need for Kappa. I don't know why you put a Kappa in there. Really spoilers in here. He out here doing it. Yeah, he almost saved the day, bro. He was like, listen, you don't want this guy on here. Literally almost saved the day, man. He was so close to saving the day. Poor guy. That's to tell you, this is the best scene right here, bro. I fucking cried. Tears, nigga. I keep bringing it up. Best. What up, Jukes? Spoiling Joker? Yeah, you should bounce for like 10 minutes, bro. We're still talking about it. Fuck out. You don't care? Okay. This nigga drops a gun at the children's hospital! Fucking ridiculous, bro. Every time I think about it, it's the funniest shit ever. The two scenes that everybody was just playing out, just fucking dying, was his dumbass dropping the fucking gun here, and then that fucking scene with the midget, bro. For a fucking dark movie, this movie's got fucking some of the funniest jokes I've ever seen. Right here, bro. When he kills the fat nigga, oh my god, bro. First off, when he killed his ass, that shit's graphic as fuck. But when the fucking little nigga can't get out of the house, bro, he like scares him and he goes, he jumps at him. Oh my god. He's like, Arthur. He can't get out of the fucking house because he can't reach the top lock. The dead dude like right by him and shit. People were dying, bro. That's the comedy and tragedy type shit I enjoy. That's the shit that fucking I was like, that's some that writing is so genius, bro. That's true comedy right there. Where like you just killed this dude in front of him, and the whole time he's killing him, he's like, Jesus fuck. He's like, oh my god, Arthur. Oh my god. He's like behind the stool and shit because he's a little ass midget. And then next thing you know, bro, he's like, you could leave. He's like, I'm not gonna harm you. As he's going by, and then he's like all tired and like feeling zinned out after getting his kill. And then he can't get out. He can't reach the top lock. Arthur's like, oh, he's like, all right, I'll let you out. He's like, you were always nice to me. Yo, that shit was so fucking funny, bro. And you know me, man. In theater, I don't hold back my laughs. So I'm fucking laughing the whole time he's killing this man. From the first stab to the last door head slam into the wall, bro. I'm fucking crying. That shit was, whew, boy. That was the best comedy in like a tragic ass scene I've seen in a long time. I don't even think there was any music. It was just silence in that moment. That's funny listening to stuff the midget was saying. It's hilarious, bro. Hey Arthur, can you get the door? Oh man. That scene was just absolute fucking gold, bro. It was just funny when he said that shit too. Like when he comes in and he's just got on the white fake page and they're like, oh, you got a gig and shit? He's like, nah, mom's died. Celebrating. This movie has some funny ass moments in it, bro. It really did. It really fucking did. There's a lot of shit like that I really enjoy. Okay, so let me ask you guys this. When he was at the comedy club, do you guys think that it was real? Not when he was performing, but when he was watching other comedians at the comedy club. Do you think that that was real? What do you guys think? Yeah? I feel like it wasn't. The only reason I say that is because his laugh is so awkward Yeah, when he was taking notes. I feel like his laugh is so awkward, he would have just started hysterically laughing and threw his ass out. A lot of art has been created based on this. It must be pretty decent. Nigga, art's made off everything, bro. There's reboot porn. They make art off everything. Yeah, see, I don't know. I feel like that one was fake because it felt like nobody was paying attention to him. His laugh is so awkward, you can't just help but look at the dude and be like, yo, it's not that funny, my guy. And then look back, you know, if something like that would have happened, then maybe I'd have thought it was more real. Because you usually get a reaction out of people laughing or saying something to him, you know what I mean? But like when he's tripping, hallucinating, tripping, there's like really no one paying attention. I didn't see any Downtown Abbey art, and that shit came out recently. What the fuck is nigga? No, because nobody's ever heard of Downtown Abbey except yo Canadian ass, bro. Who the fuck's a Downtown Abbey? It was him laughing after everyone else. He clearly had no idea why the audience found them funny. Yeah, that was his whole thing. He was invisible to everyone else until he became Joker. Yeah, but see, I don't buy you're invisible to everyone else because nigga, people are gonna hear you. He obviously wasn't invisible. Nigga stole a sign, beat him up, and beginning of the movie. You don't get to choose when you're invisible, unless you're making the story up, and it's a fabrication. Zach might be right, man. The whole thing might be a lie, bro. That's the only way you can choose when you're invisible. Yeah. Huh. Good movie, man. Maybe want to play some Batman games if you guys are down. I already got Arkham City, or not Arkham Asylum. That's like the main Joker one. Arkham City, there's a lot of other characters. We could do the Batman and Robin games and shit. I don't know. I'd be down for whatever. But that's pretty much the end of my fucking review anyway.
If I even
That's why I brought up Juke shit. Pretty much talked about everything I want to talk about. Any questions you motherfuckers want to ask me before I get off this Joker topic? Any Q&A you guys want to ask me? Maybe any questions y'all think? Whatever the fuck you want to know. Ask me before we gonna smoke this last little bowl. And then that is it on the Joker conversation. I will leave up my fucking score, and then this will all go up on YouTube. Cut the fuck up, obviously, because you motherfuckers got me talking about Downtown Abbey. I got a question. What happened to Horror Month? You don't keep up. That's the problem. You don't keep up. Your problem is you don't keep up. That's what happened to Horror Month. You gotta keep up. 9 out of 10 for you. Nice, Siri. I gave it 8.4 out of 10, man. Anybody got any questions before I fucking get off this Joker topic? I'll put the review out, like I said, tonight or some shit. I'll cut it up. So if you guys are just getting in here, watch that shit tonight, or you can go back and watch the video now, I guess. I don't know. Do what you wish. Yeah, 8.4 out of 10. What happened at the end of the movie? We're in spoiler territory, so Batman is created. There you go. Will Joker be in the next Overwatch update? No, but he's in the next Fortnite update. Batman's in there right now. Why are so people dumb? They think that this is the Joker and not a Joker. That's my question. People think that this is the Joker and not a Joker. I don't know why they would think it's the Joker, considering there's another movie where he just broke up with Harley Quinn. This nigga ain't pull Harley Quinn. So he's obviously a Joker. That's what I was saying before you got in here, Erie. If they never made that Batman connection, I wouldn't even really call him a Joker. But because they made that Batman connection at the end of the movie, totally Joker. People are going, how's this going to tie into the DCEU? That's only Marvel idiots who are doing that. I think real DC fans don't care as long as we're getting DC shit. Like, I'm not worried about how Titans or any of the other shit's gonna fall into the DCEU. I give a fuck about the DCEU. I don't like all the extended universe shit. I like solo movies like this. You get so much more out of this movie without having to worry about cameos. Think about all the shit we got accomplished in this movie alone without fucking needless, pointless fucking cameos. You didn't even need Batman in this fucking movie. You understand what I'm saying? That shit gets you nowhere. It's cool for the spectacle, but after that, there's nothing to talk about because your characters are all fucking duds with no fucking actual character development because there's no fucking time. God damn it. The cartoon original Joker had long spiky hair. That probably why Batman Arkham Origins picture, what I picture him look like. He had spiky hair, but he also had like black whipped hair too. It depends on what season you think. Is it going to lead to a second movie, you think? It could. Easily could. But Batman and Joker will never be together. This nigga be an old man by the time fucking Batman's in his prime. This nigga be like pushing 65. So they would never rock each other. But he'd get rocked by Batman anyway. Batman will fucking kill this Joker in 10 seconds. This man's so fragile. He just knee him one time in the fucking sternum, bro. His heart's gonna explode like a fucking berry. Man, insta dead, bro. Batman would murder that dude. Hope just stays as a one-off. I think it would be. Phillips and Phoenix both seem to be on that page. I think it's a one-off. Is Clayface gonna be in the next movie? No, nobody likes Clayface. Phoenix said he wouldn't mind doing a sequel. That'd be interesting. A sequel would be interesting, but where are you gonna go with it? He'd have to escape Arkham and shit. Like, I think the one-off, him just being locked up, kind of leaving it open. If there's a sequel, then it obviously was not fabricated. You know what I mean? You hear about the shit with Blizzard? Yeah, somebody's actually tweeting me mad at me or some shit. I like movies being separate. I do too. I don't really like all the connected shit. I like good movies. If they're solo movies, cool. If they're connected to other shit, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I like movies that are just a little bit deeper and dive into shit more. Movies that are for spectacle, you can only watch like once. And I can't watch them again. I'd watch this movie over and over. At first, I didn't think I was going to. Like, in the first 30 minutes of this movie, I'm telling you, I was having a rough time. And I was like, I don't know, man. But like, I'm telling you, when he dropped that fucking gun in the hospital, that's where the movie just literally, I was like, this may be the greatest shit I've seen in a long time. Anything that makes me drop my jaw, I don't give a fuck what it is. If you have me drop my jaw in awe, you have done your job. If I have to open my mouth, you've done your job. For real. In the movie theater, like, I'm not just jaw dropping shit for nobody can even see me jaw drop, bro. It's not for the spectacle. It's literally because I am fucking amazed and I don't know how else to express myself. But jaw drop, like when he drops, like, oh, I was like, oh my god, like moving around. You know what I mean? That's a good like indication that I'm enjoying a movie. It's like I can't sit still. You know what I mean? I'm like fidgety. If I'm just fucking like laid back and I'm just watching your movie, then I'm like, eh. I love the look. It's a beautiful representation of a horrible place. And it was genius that they were doing like the garbage strike, which is kind of like similar to the garbage strike in New York City at that time, like 1981-ish and shit. You know what I mean? Seems like this is around the time it came out. Or that around the year that it's based in, I would say. Exactly. Anyways, if you haven't seen the fucking Joker movie, go see that shit, bro. Because I'm telling you, there is no better third act superhero movie. My knees are crusty and you're gonna look at them. Name a better third act superhero movie. I'll wait. And it's not even a superhero movie. I know what you're gonna say. It's a superhero movie. I don't give a fuck what you say. Because he's a fucking comic book hero. He's a villain, whatever. He's in there. Name a better comic book third act. If you've seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, you really don't have a conversation here. Blade 2? Blade 2's third act was okay. It's okay. I'll get Blade 2. Blade 2 can compete with this. But Blade 2 has some bad CG when you rewatch it, and you rewatch the Reaper jumping off the wall with the elbow slam. I remember every fucking scene, bro. I fucking saw that shit. Does Krusty Needs come with the library card? Nope. $3.99. Love that whole fight. I don't know if that third act was more, because dude, the build up for this movie, like the build up throughout the whole movie, for him to fucking just come into the fucking insanity and finally just welcome that shit. Yeah, the third act is, oh my god, bro. Like that's all I kept thinking about. I was like, dude, what better third act is there? I literally all day I've been thinking about fucking Joker, and I'm like, what better third act is there, bro? Especially in like a superhero, comic book, villain, whatever the fuck you want to call it, movie. Like, what third act is better? I seriously can't think of a better third act, bro. I really cannot. Like, the tension is so fucking fierce. That third act, bro. Especially when he gets on the show. Oh my god, dog. But just that whole all up that the build up into there after he snuffs mom. After that, it's like, just good lord. Watchmen's third act is cool, but maybe not earned. See, I figured you'd say Watchmen. I kind of like, if we're talking about the graphic novel, absolutely, but the movie, no. It's a little meh. Falls a little flat. It's a great grand scheme, and it looks really good. And I still love Watchmen, the comic book movie, and I still say it's one of the best like comic book movies out there that's based on something. But the way it fleshes out necessarily is, the tension is nowhere near as built. Like the amount of suspense that was just built with their conversation, as like how it started off, like, and fucking Robert De Niro and fucking Joaquin were fucking like battling each other a little bit, you know what I mean, with their lines. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell that he was more confident in his skin as Joker because he wasn't busting out hysterically laughing. You notice that? He realized all that shit was bullshit. He was like, the fuck was I doing? What do you rate the movie out of 10? 8.4. Actually, after talking about it, I'll give it an 8.7. Almost 9. After the nice discussion we've had, I've been talking about it. We've been talking about it for almost an hour now. After the nice discussion, my final is 8.7. 100%. Because the third act is just so strong, man. And I can't think of a better third act. So I can't knock the movie for the first 30 minutes. When the last hour and some change is just super entertaining. First 30 I wasn't in though. And I'm gonna rewatch it and see if I can maybe figure out why. But I just wasn't really into it for the first 30.